get the crying done first, and then explain. Alright, we're just waiting for some people to come in. It's cold. Turn the heater back on. I had the air on because it was getting stuffy. Alright, there's Music City. Jessica wants to talk about some stuff that she wanted the comments on. So sorry if I threw you for a loop with going live just randomly and just singing. I had a plan of singing on live, but then I got nervous. So I had to end. Oh, I had to put on mute. That made it better because then I can like release. I don't know if I'm a good singer, so I don't know. Okay. I want to say, hey, there's Hero. Hi, Hero.
Hey, Hero.
There's Hero and Heather, if you want to start. She's very emotional, so we're trying to ease in there. Ease it in.
So, we were...
Let me put it on subscriber mode only. Because I don't want anybody coming in here saying craziness. I have to be subscribed for a minute. Alright, go.
So we were supposed to have the art for Darren. I'm crying and I don't want to cry on my...
They can't see you, they can just see your arm. Your hand.
So, we were supposed to have an art for Darren, which is my 5-year-old, about a week or two ago, and it had to be canceled because the teacher wasn't there. This teacher of his has been absent almost all school year, and so he has to be with new people constantly, and so he's not able to connect with his teacher. And so we had the art today, and I told the art committee, I was like, look, I don't feel like this teacher is a good fit for my child, with her being out all the time and with her expressing that he has all these behaviors. He's not able to connect with her. And so we started discussing that, and then we started talking about his grades, and I was like, well, his grades are reflecting that his teacher is absent. And then we started talking about Darren's speech. Okay, well, Darren is supposed to be in speech therapy, and at first they gave me the impression that my child is already receiving speech therapy because they were talking about all of his goals. And then at the very end of it, it was, oh no, he's not receiving speech therapy. And for the love of God, I wanted, and it was recorded because we had an advocate in there. But for the love of God, I wanted to say, are you fucking kidding me? Like, y'all have all of these types of standards for my child, and the teacher's not and you're literally telling me that all of this can easily be solved if he was in speech and have communication. You want him to communicate with you. Well, how can he communicate with you if he's not in speech therapy? And he hasn't been in speech therapy since November.
Is he supposed to be?
Yes.
Like, is that on the paperwork?
Ever since he was in pre-K last year.
I know, but that is the paperwork in there.
No, ever since pre-K of last year, it was supposed to move forward to all of his other, to kindergarten.
Did they like possibly say that he doesn't need it
No,
anymore?
they said, quote unquote, we had people resign or quit being a speech therapist, and we're in the process of trying to find new people. And so on top of that, it was, then they wanted to throw out how we need to be in communication with them. And that's what really set me off, because I'm like, I have been in communication with this school about my child since way before Thanksgiving, when I noticed that my child's grades were slipping.
Are they asking to hold him back?
No, they're not. That's the thing. They're not.
Do you think he needs to be held back?
In kindergarten?
Yeah. I won't say her name, but Josh's daughter is being held back in kindergarten.
I mean, I literally flipped out on the fucking principal and the other administrators that were in there, because I was like, you know, all of this could have been avoided if y'all want to sit there and say, oh, I need to be in communication with y'all. Okay, well, I've been in communication with y'all right before Christmas break, when I noticed my child's grades were concerning. I said, I have left the assistant principal voicemails, I've left notes at the front desk, I've left voicemails with the actual principal, and I left, and nobody has gotten back with me. I even called the special education department because my child is autistic, and nobody got back with me, and I let them know that. And then they were like,
Heather said, have you tried to go to the school board?
well, we're supposed to figure out tomorrow how many speech therapy sessions he missed. And then they wanted to sit there and talk about summer school. Well, I'm not comfortable with my 5-year-old being in summer school for something so tedious. If it was something academically, yeah, I could see that. But
Like
is that
summer school for what, though?
speech therapy?
Well, I think they're just trying to make up the time, since obviously it's studying it.
Well, we were supposed to have a different meeting about that to figure that out. But I let that art committee know that if I'm in 100% in communication with. I said, yeah, I missed a parent-teacher meeting with the principal, the assistant principal, the counselor, the teacher, on the 6th of this month. And I was like, it wasn't even 5 minutes when I noticed I had missed a phone call. And I called back. And when I called back, I tried all 4 people that were supposed to be in that meeting. I was like, y'all didn't even give me a chance to call back. Y'all were just like, oh, well, she's not important. Her child's not important. We're just going to go.
It's public school, though. Why do you think I had so much issues last year with the public school system? You know how that principal is over there at fucking Moorville? Or, shouldn't say that. Over there at the school they go to.
I just got so fucking mad, and I got so frustrated. They wanted to sit there and make side comments, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, y'all have to do your part too. I'm over here doing mine. What are y'all over there doing? Oh, I know. Y'all want to sit there and collect all the parents' money and not give a damn about all the other students that are in your school. And my child is suffering with it.
That's why I told you put him in Huntsville class.
And then my advocate, she was like, well, depending on what the director says in the special education department, how many sessions he has missed with his speech therapy, that might be best to make a special education complaint. And she made it known that a school entity does not want a TEA complaint. And then I found out today that he was going to be with Lexi's case manager, who's in charge of her special needs with her epilepsy, which is absolutely amazing, because ever since Lexi has been with her, she has shown tremendous growth. So I was extremely happy about that. But it doesn't excuse everything else. Like, at the end of the day, somebody has to be held accountable. And then I blew up at Richard because I was like, I wanted to homeschool Darren. And I'm like sitting here thinking, what does he have to show so far with this school year? Like, everything Darren knows is strictly off of YouTube. Or Richard is sitting there having intelligent conversations with him, and he's able to pick it up.
Why does I go to a different school?
I'm gonna see what the advocate says tomorrow, and we're gonna go from there. Like Lexi and Tristan, they have never struggled this bad.
But they're also two different kids. Jacob is hard for me because he doesn't naturally have the smarts, like book smarts.
I feel like I failed somewhere.
You didn't fail, it's just hard. Not every child is the same. Some kids are book smart, some aren't. Some you have to like whole time. Just how it is. He's also born late. You also gotta remember that. He's born at the end of the year, so he's gonna be behind on all his peers. Because he's born so late. Like, I'm born in September 3rd. I'm born extremely late. They tried putting me in kindergarten when I just turned 5.
I was held back in 2nd grade.
I mean, it happens.
But I don't want that for him just being in kindergarten.
I mean, sometimes it's the best. So, because then you'll be ahead.
And that's the thing, even if I did mention for him to be held back in kindergarten, that fucking school just sits there and
I'm sorry, my eyes itchy.
fight with it. It's like they don't even
Why would they fight with it?
what's the word? Even think about that. Oh well, that's probably too early to tell.
And it's up to you, ultimately. You can hold your child back. You don't have to listen to the damn school. Because that's what it came down to with Jacob last year. And we're talking about being held back in 5th grade. Or 4th grade. At that point. And that's because, as much as I liked HEA, they didn't work with him on his dyslexia. Because he was the only student that was dyslexic. And it was really hard for them to... They never really addressed the problem.
And that's the main issue, is that they're not addressing where their screw up is.
They're not going to. That's public school system for you. Just like what happened with Lexi and the medicine.
Don't even get me fucking started with that shit.
It says ultimately it's up to you what you think is best for your child. If you want to hold him back, then do it. Screw what the school says. I'm moving to a different school. Go to what school are you zoned for?
There's no way in hell I'm gonna have him in Huntsville Elementary.
Huntsville Elementary. What about Huntsville Classical? Or homeschooling next year?
I'm thinking about it. I'm strongly thinking about it.
Homeschooling? Like, homeschooling is a little bit different than what you know what homeschooling is. They have a lot of, you just gotta get laptops, stuff like that. And pick up all your materials. You gotta do what's best for your kid, though. If he needs speech therapy, you're still gonna need to get him speech therapy.
Yeah,
if you're homeschooling.
Yeah, so
Heroes giving you hearts.
thank you, Hero. My advocate, she was sitting there saying, well, if they're not going to provide speech therapy within, like, coming to the school or whatnot, then they're automatically required to provide speech therapy privately.
You're not gonna do it. They'll find every excuse to do it. You're relying too much on the school.
I'm not. I'm just being told information from the advocate.
No, I'm just saying that you're expecting too much from the school. It's already failed your child once.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, I feel the same way with mine. Hi, Audrey. How are you? Mine haven't even had 504 plan this year. It's going on March. Next week. And like I said, you know how that principal is. Got an earful of that principal. Over there.
Don't even get me started with that principal.
She been talking to you since?
No.
She doesn't have my phone number anymore, so she don't call me.
I mainly deal with the lady who's at the front window.
She can be mean too.
I haven't seen her mean.
No, the other lady that told us that we had to bring the freaking money up there. I had to bring the money up there.
Oh.
Like, what?
Yeah.
That was stupid.
I don't even know who that is.
That's the, I guess, the counselor. Person that does the schedules and stuff. And then she wanted to blame us because they were absent for the first 2 days of school. I said, no, you refused to let them go to school.
Yeah.
because I couldn't give you a lease. I wish I had good advice to give, but I don't have any kids, so I don't really know. Hey, there you go. Carl's here. He said, what doesn't break us makes us stronger. You got this, Jess.
I know I do. That's why I was literally yelling at the fucking art committee.
Aren't you supposed to,
yelling.
like, be respectful, though?
To a certain extent. Even my advocate literally told that art committee she has every right to be upset. She goes, I understand. She goes, I sympathize with y'all trying to find speech therapists, but because it's happening everywhere.
But beyond therapy.
But I sympathize with mom even more.
I understand, but if we got loud or yelling at any of our 504,
well, I wasn't I wasn't yelling off the top of my lungs. I made it known that I was highly upset with them.
I'm highly upset with my school, though. Very much. I hate the public schools out here. I hate public school in general. What are you looking up? Me?
No, I was looking at all the comments.
Oh.
And that's why I was not okay today. It was just a lot. And I don't think I'm doing what's best for him right now. And like you said, he may need to be held back.
Did they mention it, though?
No. They didn't at all.
Well, maybe tomorrow or in the future when you get some breath, maybe you can mention and say, hey, maybe this might be the best route to go. Because it's obvious that he is not ready for first grade.
He's really not. And his grades show it.
He might struggle this year, but next year just blossom. A lot of it has to do with teaching, though.
I mean, true.
Yes, teachers are... A lot of teachers that don't want to do the job anymore because they just... There's too much restrictions. There's too much pressure. There's too much expectations. So I don't want to do it. And the reason why I don't teach elementary school or high school. I was giving you a heart.
Thank you.
So let's hope it all works out. You're right.
Hoping it does.
I'm giving you hearts. Heather is. Heather, did everything go good? I know you texted me.
She said she left.
Oh, I was just hoping. Shit's tough all over. Carl said something, but I can't tell what it is.
Hug.
No hug. I think a lot of people are having really, really hard times right now. There might be something in the air.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, but it's only going to get worse.
What do you mean?
Everything.
Like, what do you mean everything?
The education system, inflation, food prices. I mean, everything's just going to get worse here on out. It always gets worse before it gets better.
Well, that's life. I'm sad. I cried. Been lying in bed. But you're out.
That's what I told her. I said, you seemed like you were miserable, and you seemed like you were
You did.
being controlled.
I wouldn't say abusive relationship, but emotionally
I mean,
controlling relationship. But you didn't marry him, and you said he was your fiance. So the thing is hi, Justin Garza. We're doing pretty okay here. We're just my nanny was talking about some stuff that happened at school with her child today. No, I'm off work. I've been off work for a while. I've been off work for a minute. We'll just say that. I've been off for.
I saw you on the highway. I was like, where is she going? And then
When?
you had the camera facing
Oh, yeah.
towards the highway.
I was on 45.
And I was like, where is she going? She's going all these different ways that
I
I'm
went
not
on the
familiar.
45, and I went back on to 22, and then I went up and down 931.
I know. I was like,
fun.
where is she going?
I kind of took the scenic route. Oh, yeah, I was mute on purpose. I was singing. And as much as I would love to express, sing and whatever, I don't want to do it on live just yet, so I was singing.
Did it last night.
You snored a lot last night. I'm being really honest with you. You were loud. 5 o'clock in the morning. What? Chicken butt? Don't start with being nasty.
I'm not being nasty.
Pink Pony Club singing? I did not sing the Pink Pony Club song.
You did last night.
I might have last night, but I did not while I was there. I was singing soul songs.
Sometimes it's just best to get things
Keep up
out.
the great work you're doing. Let me tell you how much I made so far this week, because my DoorDash definitely ended a long time ago.
Hero, we don't have any more wine. I drank it all.
Yeah, she literally did drink it all.
I drank it all.
$6.74. She did. She drank a bottle like and a half yesterday by herself, mind you.
All those huge ice cube filled glasses.
Don't talk about it. I'm at 9:36 for the week. Sounds like something I would do.
It's something I always do when I get. Oh, hold on.
Your kids. What was that? An email?
Yeah, it says, Mr. Tennell and Miss Dana Miller, when online registration is completed by a parent, the order of contact and communication is ordered by the parent completing the online registration. If mid-year changes need to be made on this, the specialist is able to make adjustments with communication order as needed by the parent. I wanted to make sure this order is still appropriate. I know that an email from Special Education Department was only sent to the primary email address on file, which caused some miscommunication concerns by both parents. In our Skyward program, Dad is listed as primary contact person for both Darren and Lexi. Mom is listed as secondary. If you need any adjustments on this order, please let me know and reply all to this email. Reviewing this will ensure that the office team, administrative team, and special education team know of any adjustments that are needed. I noticed that the order of contacting emergency people is a little different. That typically would be an issue if one of the kids was in the nurse's office and neither of the primary parents answered your phone.
What does that have to do with anything?
It has nothing to do with today.
Yeah. I try to. I have to make $188 for the next 3 days to meet my goal.
It's okay because I'm forwarding this to my advocate.
Let me go live.
Oakley doke.
Alright, I will see you tomorrow or the next day or the next day. I don't know. We'll see. He said,
Maybe I'm gonna go get a bottle of wine tomorrow.
celebrate.
Carl, no.
No, we're not gonna talk about
No.
him right now. Here's what I'll tell you. When and if I get married to Josh, you'll know the day it happens. Because I'm not willing to talk about him anymore. And if I don't ever get married again, well then, just know that he's not existent anymore. Other than that, I don't want to talk about it. And with that, I'm going to get off live now.